Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another exciting episode of BB Outdoors. I am out here on the river today, and it's a smaller river, local river, but we are continuing our every species of fish in Ohio challenge. I believe last episode my counting was off, but we ended up with 8 species. So we are 8 species closer to our goal. Today we're going to try to bump that number up. I'm going to be doing some micro fishing and some larger fishing today. There's definitely a lot of species in this watershed that I don't have yet. They're common species, but you know, when you're trying to catch every species in Ohio starting from scratch, there's going to be a lot of ones you've already caught, right? So we're looking for all sorts of darters, suckers, sunfish. There's a lot of stuff I need to get. But I don't know if you guys can see, there's actually a little tiny creek that runs up this way where I'm going to be doing the majority of my micro fishing. And then there is the larger river over here where I'm going to be trying to do some fishing for some larger species, hopefully some suckers and sunfish and maybe some bass will show up. I still need smallmouth, right? Can't believe that. But yeah, this is day 2 of the every fish species of Ohio challenge, and let's get right into the fishing. Alright, so to start the day off, I've just got my little dedicated micro rod. It's a Kawa, nice little expandable micro fishing rod, and then small piece of night crawler on a owner Tanago hook. And we are going to start off trying to catch some micros in this little area, so let's see what we can get. I can already tell that bluegills are going to be a problem here because there's a lot of little bluegills. Not only do I already have bluegills on my species list, so I don't need to catch them, but they are just so annoying to catch over and over again. But there'll be some other species under rocks in here, and hopefully once I get up the creek there'll be smaller, skinnier water where it's almost entirely micros. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. We'll see what turns up. First fish of the day. First fish of the day. And what is it? That is a little baby creek chub, a species that we already have on our species list. So first of the day is a repeat. And no surprise to see a creek chub in here. I'm sure there's lots of those, and green sunfish and all sorts of other ones that I already have. That's kind of the name of the game, right? Is oh, what is that? You know, the ones that I've caught are the easy ones, and I'm going to keep catching easy ones until all that's left is hard ones. And then once I start chugging away on the ones that are, you know, rare, difficult to catch, that is when this challenge gets really fun. This is more of the skinny water that I'm looking for. Like this right here. That looks good. Alright, bad news. Camera is shutting off because it's too hot, but I just found an aggressive, hungry dace. And there we go. Got him. Alright. Alright, I gave my camera some time to cool down, but as you guys can see, hooked in the mouth, a western blacknose dace. That's the Rhenictis obtusus, and they are a bugger to catch. They are so finicky. They're cyprinids, so they're like other minnows, but they really like cold, clear water. So they're a little bit harder to find than like a Pimaphallus or a cyprinella, something like that. But these little clear streams with cooler water, this is their bread and butter. But like I said, they are so finicky. Alright, I just got some pictures and videos of this little western blacknose dace, the Rhenictis obtusus, another species, bringing our total up to 9. I just wanted to take a moment to talk about how cool the western blacknose dace is. It's the rhinichthys, rhinos meaning nose, ichthys meaning fish, and then obtusus meaning blunt. So they have that blunt nose with a cyprinid mouth. Super cool. Let's go ahead and let them go. Back in the water, and I'll tell you what, guys, that was about an hour of microfishing. I'm about done with the micros. I'm gonna go a little bit further up, see if we can find any darters. But I really haven't even found any darters. That's the crazy part. I haven't even seen one. Like, this is textbook darter habitat, and I have yet to even see any sort of perkids at all, any sort of like darters. I thought I might have seen a log perch, but I'm really not sure. But we are going to keep on plugging, see if we can get one or two more micros, then we'll try to divert our attention to the larger species. But at least today is not a complete failure. Those dace are real finicky and hard to catch. I'm glad I was able to add one to the species list.
The Holy Ghost, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
There's some northern hogsuckers and some Lepomis that I'm not going to mess with right now. Nice little smallie. There's quite a bit of biodiversity. I do like this creek quite a bit. Been here on many occasions. Yeah, not every day your fishing session gets interrupted by an inculcation. But hey, I mean, good on her, I guess. All right, getting started on the larger species. I just have 2 red worms, 4-pound test line on a high-low rig with a couple split shot at the end. And really, I'm just going to be drifting this. I'm not fishing as deep as I'd like to because this section doesn't really have a lot of space for it. But sunfish, bass, some suckers. Probably pick this up on a drift. Maybe some big shiners too, although I already have Lepomis, so it's not really that necessary, but we'll see what we can get. Should be some more species coming up. Oh, fish on. What we got? Oh, I think I know. And it's what I hoped for. Yes. Yes. A beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, stunning longear sunfish. That is species 10 for the species list. And just check out the colors of how beautiful that fish is. Lepomis megalotis. Let's get some pictures. Man, that is cool. These guys are... and again, for the species challenge, I'll get into this in a video that's coming up, but I'm not going to be counting like how they're breaking up megalotis into like 7 subspecies. I don't care about that, man. It's one species until they tell me otherwise. So no armchair species counting. Let's get him in the photo tank. Not unexpected by any means, as they are very common around here. But check out that Lepomis megalotis. That's a long-ear sunfish. Can you guess why they call it a long-ear sunfish? With that opercular plate that goes back that far. I mean, honestly, redbreasts go back pretty far too, but that is a beautiful specimen. That's about how big they get. And that electric blue, the reds, the oranges, the greens. What a beautiful fish. With the exception of Ethiostoma and some cyprinids, I think these guys are probably one of the most beautiful freshwater fish in North America. Let's get a picture, throw them up on the species list. Number 10. We are like 1/18th of the way to completing the list, but we're chugging along. I don't know what I was thinking coming here on a weekend. There are way too many people. This is a public park. I mean, I knew there'd be people, but this is ridiculous. It is hot. I can't blame people for wanting to be by the river, but there's like 100 people here. We had a baptism, kids playing. I'm just trying to catch some fish, man. Scaring away all my suckers. Oh, there's a fish on though. I was looking for that queen snake. And it's another longear sunfish, the Lepomis megalotis. And these guys, their beauty never ceases to amaze. Check that out. There's electric blues. Unbelievably beautiful fish. I mean, I'll put a longear against any aquarium fish from the Amazon. Unbelievably gorgeous. We are so lucky to have them here. All right, I broke off on a snag, so transitioned to a little float here for the last couple casts. And I'm not super optimistic about the float because all the species that I want to catch are pretty much on the bottom, but hey, you know, it is what it is. I'm not retying that whole dropper loop rig and going back to it. So in hopes of nailing that number 3 species of a smallmouth, I think a float's not a bad option. A little float and redworm action. Oh, there's one. And they're off. But yeah, we'll see what comes up on the float. Tell me I was recording. There's no way I wasn't recording that whole fight. Oh, well, wait a minute. I got to check this. That is absolutely tragic. I just caught this little channel catfish on a piece of worm on that float that I just casted out. Species number 11, the channel catfish, the Ictalurus punctatus, and it's a juvenile, so he's got all these little spots on him. And apparently that whole fight, it was like 5 minutes. It was really cool. There was a bunch of drag peeling, and apparently my camera wasn't on. So technical difficulties, but that is species number 11 out of 180 something, the channel catfish. That is so sad. You know, the video, it was going to end so cool because I had a big fight with the channel cat, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I didn't expect to catch fish this big, and I had a whole line about, oh, you know, you go from starting the day with micros to ending it with a big drag peeling fight, and none of that was on video. Oh, just my luck. So I got to try to catch one more, and then I will be done. My wife already called me, asked where I was, so let's get this final fish in. I want to end it on a high note. But yeah, species number 11, challenge is progressing nicely. That was another one I knew was going to show up here sooner or later, but doesn't make it any less cool. All right, let's cast this float out and wrap up the video. There's one. What do we got? Another one. It's got some weight to it. Maybe you will get to see a good fight. This feels like another catfish. And I was saying in my other fight that I don't really trust the drag on this reel. Because I've rebuilt it like 4 times. And it's another channel cat. Alright, so you did get to see a channel cat fight. Alright, well, that's how she goes, I guess. This one's not nearly as big. Another little juvenile channel cat. Alright guys, I gotta get home. I was out here today for about 2.5, 3 hours, and I ended up with 3 new species for the Ohio Species Challenge, bringing our total up to 11 species. We added the western blacknose dace, the Rhenictus obtusus. Obtusus? Yeah, Rhenictus obtusus. And then we added the longear sunfish, the Lepomis megalotis. And then we added number 3, which you just saw, the Ictalurus punctatus. That's the channel catfish. The dace is cool. I don't catch a lot of dace. They are finicky, they're hard to catch, so I'm glad to have knocked that one off the list. The longear and the channel cat, they were gonna come eventually. But yeah, I hope the video was entertaining. I hope this challenge is entertaining. I have a long way to go. If I can only do what I'm doing now, getting out, you know, once every week, maybe once every 2 weeks with how busy I've been, then it's going to take a long time to get this challenge done with. But I appreciate you guys watching, for those of you who enjoy these videos, and stay tuned. I'll catch you on the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe.